Our next speaker this morning is Ross Johnson, the Global Marketing Manager of Potatoes USA. Ross has spent several years working in the consumer packaged goods industry for Kraft and ConAgra Foods. He graduated from Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, with his bachelor's in business management with an emphasis in marketing. Johnson started his career with Kraft Foods and then later worked with ConAgra Foods while earning his MBA from Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida. During his time with Kraft Foods and ConAgra Foods, Ross demonstrated a proven ability to develop and implement strategies producing favorable and profitable sales growth. His education, experience, and interpersonal skills underscore his commitment to consistently deliver results. He brings this same drive and passion to the potato industry, where he focuses on developing Potatoes USA's retail marketing programs, both domestic and international. Ross and his wife have 5 children. When he isn't working, he enjoys spending time with them. Ross grew up in Southern California and has lived in Mexico, Utah, Oregon, Florida, and Colorado. And I can tell you, with my quarter century that I now have in the potato industry, I can say that Potatoes USA is performing better today and a bigger asset to our industry than they've ever been. And while John and Blair rightfully so get the majority of the credit for that success, I have to say that Ross has emerged as a kind of a new ambassador and also just as a great asset as well. And so it's with great pleasure that I introduce Ross.
Too nice. Thank you, Dale. Good morning. I'm sure, like many of you, you are ready for a pee break, and I am the one that stands between you and getting to there. And George told me before I started that there is a trap door on the stage, so if I go over time, he's going to click the button and you guys are set free. So I've been given 15 minutes today to give you kind of a retail overview and to get you as excited as I am about the retail marketplace, and to ensure you what we're doing at Potatoes USA is really to help drive demand for your products at retail, at food service, and beyond. Our staff that we have now, Dale alluded to it, we have a very passionate staff right now that really love your products. Since being in this job for almost 2 years now, I have had the opportunity to visit your farms in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, and I will continue to add to that list. And I have been overwhelmed by just the type of people that I've been able to engage with. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I hope that today I give you a different perspective on retail. It's going to be very much a different presentation from what we've been through so far today. Not a whole lot of graphs. I'd like to start with a little question. So I have to push the right button here. So if I were to ask you, who said this? Most of you in the room would probably say Darth Vader. Okay, we just came out of a great Star Wars new episode that launched in December. My favorite use of this saying is with my oldest son when he asks me, Dad, why do I have to do the dishes? I like to say, Logan, because I'm your father. But the reality of this statement is that Darth Vader actually never once said this statement in the movie. But as a society, we have come to adopt this as commonplace, or we've been led to believe that this is something that Darth Vader has said. But it's actually not true. He never once said it. So what I'd like to do today is take a few things that I have heard in my 2 years here, of things that I've heard that have been said throughout the industry, and try and debunk some of these things and get you excited about the future. So I'd like to start by talking about just the simple facts of potatoes at retail. Okay, I've had the opportunity working for Kraft Foods, ConAgra Foods, behemoths in the consumer packaged goods industry. They have #1 products in all of their categories, and going in and selling to a buyer is a great experience. But one of the things that I had never, ever been able to explain to them was this little figure here. Okay, HHP stands for household penetration. And this is important to retailers because it signifies or indicates the number of families or households that are purchasing a given product. Okay, 88% means that 88 out of every 100 households in the US goes to a grocery store to purchase potatoes. I was going to continue something, but I decided not to. Purchase potatoes. Okay, 88% is huge. Okay, it is an opportunity for us to really tout the importance of the potato category. Okay, continuing on, okay, this little number. Okay, we receive our data right now from Nielsen, and they track a certain subset of retailers across the US. Of the retailers that they track, we know for a fact that 60 million pounds of potatoes go through retail stores every single week. This isn't month. This isn't bi-weekly. It is every single week. In just the tracked retailers, we're selling 60 million pounds of fresh product. Okay, this number grows as you know that Nielsen doesn't track 100% of retail outlets. And the most important figure, in my opinion, as we enter into this state as has been introduced of low growth and retailers are really struggling to find profit and increase their category, right, is this $83.14 number. Okay, on average, a potato shopper going to retail spends $83.14 on that shopping trip. We know for a fact that consumers are making less trips to the store. So a retailer wants to make sure that they are enticing their customers with a product that increases that average basket ring. If you're sitting behind the desk as a buyer for a retailer, you know that this is a huge point. Okay, getting that average basket ring is important. And if you think about the retailer closest to you, the grocery store where you go to buy your potatoes, where do you see the potato category? Is it front and center when you walk into that store? Or is it sitting in the back? Okay, our product delivers for retailers in the back of the produce department without them taking time to really put it front and center with their customers. The potato is an item that customers and consumers want and desire, and retailers are going to start to realize this as we go forward. Okay? I have another fun quote that I've heard said multiple times. How many of you have heard this quote said by your colleagues in the industry just within this past year, that the 10-pound bag is dead? You know, now, I did bring props in case you forgot what a 10-pound bag looks like. I got one right here, okay? The 10-pound bag is dead is what so many people have said. Okay, now you will notice that this 10-pound bag does not have just one potato type in it. It's the medley 10-pound bag. It's a new item that I'm sure is going to be released soon. The 10-pound bag. So I'd like to present to you some facts about the 10-pound bag. So fact number one, okay, there are over 300 SKUs in retail right now. 4 out of the top 30 SKUs are the 10-pound bag. Okay, that's not just the 10-pound russets. It's russets, reds, whites, and yellows. They command 4 of the top 30 SKUs still, with them being difficult to find in many retailers across the country. And what's the reason that there's still 4 of the top 30 SKUs? Because consumers are going to search for this product. Okay, retailers need to start to understand that they are turning customers away by eliminating the 10-pound bag from their category. They're going to Costco, Sam's Club, or the retailers that actually carry the 10-pound bag to purchase that value-added product that they're looking for. Okay? Fact number 2 here, 7 trips. On average, consumers make 7 trips a year to purchase potatoes at retail. Okay? The importance of the 10-pound bag allows that consumer who has taken only 7 trips a year to the store, right, the opportunity to have potatoes at home. Okay? One of the beautiful things about the potato, right, is I can bring this home and it can sit in my cupboard for a month or longer, right, until I start to get that funky smell. But The potato is a produce item unlike any other, right? When my wife buys salad, we have to watch that date. We have to make sure that we're eating that salad in time. Potatoes allow consumers to experiment with recipes and engage with content online to help them really capture the trend, right? Food Network is a new trend that consumers are gobbling up. There's more shows about cooking and competitions than ever before. People are engaged with recipes and doing things with potatoes, and having a 10-pound bag at home allows them to do that. And the final comment for this category here is the 4 of the top 30, right, is about 13%, a little bit more. Okay, but those 4 SKUs account for 30% of the dollar sales. 30% of the dollar sales in those 4 SKUs out of the top 30 SKUs across the U.S. Okay, the 10-pound bag is not dead. It is very much alive. It is very much an item that consumers are looking for, and we are focused on making sure that retailers understand this and embrace it. So here's another fun statement, okay? Something, I also brought a little guy for this. So how many of you have heard this, that convenience is the only way of the future? Okay, now before those of you that produce convenience products start throwing stuff at me, this is a very positive outlook on the convenience category, okay? The convenience products are not the only way of the future. Okay, we are entering into an arena of excitement within the potato category, and that's exactly what these convenience products provide. Okay, the potato category overall is about 14 to 15% incremental. Okay, and what that means is 14 to 15% of all shoppers, if they do not find potatoes within the category, they won't even shop the store at all. Okay, convenience items are incremental as well. They're a little bit more incremental. They're very exciting within the category in the landscape right now, and they're 19% incremental, meaning that consumers are looking for these products in their retailer. Okay? Once a week is the number of times that consumers are eating a potato product at home. Now, we just heard about our consumers are constantly they're in a time crunch constantly. Okay, it's not every day that they have the opportunity to spend time cooking a recipe and getting creative with their ideas. So we have a perfect solution for that in these convenience items that really capitalize on an opportunity for a family or an individual to prepare a quick meal using something that's already pre-flavored, and they can just pop in the microwave and hit that need. Okay, we know that consumers are looking for this. And 79% is the number of people in the U.S. that are using all of their potatoes at home, or are striving to use all their products at home. This is great news for us. Okay, people are engaging with potatoes more than ever before. I wasn't going to mention this, but due to the talk about a decline in volume and consumption, we just received numbers yesterday that showed that we just achieved our 5th straight month of volume growth in sales for the potato category at retail. 5 straight months of growth. Not dollar growth, which is what the retailers want, but volume growth for you, the producer. Okay, and so that's the final statement that I want to leave you with today. Okay, we no longer live in a world of consumers having to choose either a 10-pound bag or a convenience option. Okay, I invite you in your marketing plans and your strategizing, how do you get consumers to purchase the 10-pound bag and the convenience product in the exact same shopping trip so that we can hit those needs that they have in driving consumption at home? People love potatoes. Thank you.